across the south coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 4 o'clock, I'm Patrick Fitzgerald and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. The Ashes are one of cricket's greatest rivalries, but what exactly are they and why are they so important? If you're not a cricket fan, it can be a bit confusing, as our reporter Chloe Boyne found out. Here's what she discovered about the historic battle between England and Australia.
There's great expectation, deep feeling around this Ashes series. The biggest in 20 years.
From quite possibly the smallest trophy in sport to a rivalry that's lasted almost 150 years and nearly 3 months worth of action to come, the Ashes is officially back. The biggest Barmy army ever of 35,000 fans has headed to Australia to watch the Ashes series. Fans are also set to flock to pubs and bars to catch the action despite the time difference down under. But what is all of the hype around the Ashes for? And do cricket outsiders even know it's going on?
Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of cricket, so I've never really watched it before. But today, my manager decided to bring his iPad into work, and he's been sat watching it all morning. He won't let any of us distract him from it. So I'm guessing some people are quite into it.
So people are definitely invested in the Test series, but what's the story behind the historic competition? Back in 1882, after Australia claimed their first win on English soil, they declared that English cricket had died and the Ashes would return down under. It seems pretty clear why these two may be enemies.
My name is Huzaifa Yousafzai. I'm a cricket player at Solent University and I'm also a cricket journalist. It's a war, not just a battle, and there's so many battles within that war, and it takes so long that victories and losses and swings in momentum, it's all just heightened and the emotions are spread out over so much longer.
An entertaining first day of action has reached its conclusion and sees England with the edge after 19 wickets fell. The Australia side trailed by 49 runs after an inspiring spell from captain Ben Stokes. Former England cricketer Monty Panesar believes his appearance on Mastermind also provided a boost for England.
I was obviously surprised to see that Steve Smith kind of memorised the questions and the answers from my Celebrity Mastermind the night before the Test match. So I've got the sense that England players are already in his head, and I was rattling the Aussies while sitting on my sofa.
So with nearly 3 months worth of action to come, will you be tuning into the Ashes? Chloe Boyne, Solent Sports News.
Southampton will reunite with a not-so-popular ex-manager. Nathan Jones's Addicks are 9th in the table, while Saints are in 17th. Southampton are undefeated with their interim manager, but a permanent role is yet to be found.
Suspension now for Mills. Could be worse as Southampton try to break through this tough rig, and they do, they score! It's Hassan Kashul! Mark Hughes.
Southampton head up to the Valley tomorrow to face Charlton in a fixture that has not been played in over a decade. Charlton manager Nathan Jones is a former Saints gaffer, and Kieran Gallup digs further in what to expect from his side ahead of the fixture.
Well, I think obviously one of the main sort of points of this Charlton team under him has been defensively. They've been really, really solid. They've only conceded 12 goals this season, and they make themselves very difficult to break down.
The South Coast side are still without a manager. Tonda Eke has stepped up from under-21s in an interim role, and his 2 games so far is undefeated. He insists his performances are not an audition for a permanent role.
I wouldn't call it an audition. In the end, I think that we managed to create some enthusiasm and momentum over the last 2 games, and what matters is that we managed to keep that going. In the end, again, it's important. We have such a big game coming up tomorrow, which is going to demand a lot from us.
Charlton manager Nathan Jones' focus is the game ahead and the manager he's facing, not previous results.
Yeah, look, it's just another championship game for us. We've focused on the team since they changed managers. So that's the sensible thing to do. So what happened before, I have no idea.
The Saints have had the upper hand in their previous fixtures, winning 28 times against Charlton. The game is sure to not disappoint. Nathan Mullen, Solent Sports News.
Ireland are on the verge of heading to a World Cup for the first time in 23 years. But what does qualification to the globe's biggest sporting event mean for Ireland? Zach Jackson reports.
The final whistle sounds. Ireland are on their way to the Far East.
The world was a very different place for the Irish when they last qualified for a World Cup in 2002. Where with the brand new euro currency, a Guinness would only cost them around €3. And Roy Keane was still a player, not the pundit we all know and love today.
Do you know what? What I might do is I might smash into somebody.
He wanted to smash into Mick McCarthy back then after a public dispute made Keane leave the Irish World Cup squad.
It can't go on like this, can it? It can.
But 23 years on, Ireland on the verge of making it back to the World Cup after qualifying for the playoffs. But what does journalist Bill Gain think Ireland would gain from a World Cup spot?
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
To get a World Cup would be the moment of a lifetime for me, I suppose. For a lot of people's lifetimes, and I suppose it would be vindication for an awful lot of the things I've said and defending Irish football.
Troy Parrott has become part of Irish football folklore in a week.
There's the goal! That's Troy Parrott! That is
Celebrations, listen, slightly over the top.
With him and his teammates inspiring youngsters like Southampton's Romeo Akachukwu.
It's really inspiring because you look at what they'll hopefully achieve with World Cup qualifications, and like myself as a young player, it gives me like motivation that I want to be there one day. And obviously right now I'm with Ireland 21, so obviously I have in the back of my head that the next step is first team.
But what players are inspiring the new generation?
Oh no, of course Trey Parrott. Obviously with his little hat trick the other day. But no, my first initial role models would be Jake Bennett, and I'd say Evan Ferguson. Obviously being a similar age as me, obviously 2 years older than me, so it makes the pathway more like appealing in a way, knowing that it can really happen.
But Ireland are not there yet. They still have to beat Czech Republic in the semis and the winner of North Macedonia and Denmark.
Czech Republic, man for man, we should be better than them. I think they have a few players. They have Patrick Schick, they have Kufal. I think Sujek would be the best midfielder between the two squads. But I think for man, we have a better squad.
Their journey continues in March, but for now the Irish can dream about breaking the 23-year curse. Zach Jackson, Solent Sports News.
Jude Bellingham has been in the headlines recently as he has been receiving criticism from the media for showing a bad attitude after being subbed off in the recent World Cup qualifier against Albania. Ian Wright has claimed that he thinks some people aren't ready for a black superstar.
Thomas Tuchel had to apologise in a press conference after saying that Jude Bellingham's attitude was repulsive.
It's very clear. I used it unintentionally. There was no message. There was no hidden agenda.
Bombastic side eye.
I fully understood and understand that it's my responsibility that I created these headlines.
Ian Wright was on a podcast and has defended Jude as he believes the media are using him as a scapegoat.
On right, what a way to get it!
So what they're trying to build something, because England have qualified so easy. They've not conceded any goals. They've won all the games easy. So they need to have something else to pile on top of the narrative. So someone like Jude, for some reason, frightens these people because of his capability and the inspiration he can give.
Jude Bellingham himself has said this as well.
Belly goal! Belly goal! Bellingham!
They always need someone to be the bad guy, someone to be the scapegoat. I get frustrated because I want to win. I don't like losing. The only thing I care about is the team and the team winning.
Former chairman of Crystal Palace, Simon Jordan, has defended Tuchel.
So the ultimate popularity contest that he's trying to win is winning football matches by setting standards for the players. He's bigger than the players in the dressing room.
Stop the cap!
James Ollie from ESPN had a similar opinion.
He chose in a radio interview to use the word repulsive when describing elements of his behaviour. Jude Bellingham is a fantastically gifted footballer. We all know that. Any England fan wants him to do well.
Paul McInnes from The Guardian defends Tuchel as English is his second language.
If he hadn't said repulsive, I think a lot of the coverage wouldn't have followed. It sort of gave licence to some stuff.
We asked Southampton locals their view on the matter.
He should have a key role to play in England's World Cup and ignore all of the presses
distaste for Jude Bellingham.
And it's to stop causing issues in the England squad.
With the World Cup round the corner, Tuchel will be hoping to restore good team culture.
Southampton, one city, one football club, but two universities. In football this week, Solent took on University of Southampton, and little brother Solent is not so little anymore.
Blue skies, sun's out. It's pretty cold though. I'm heading in to Solent University, into the main building, the Spark. But first of all, it's these really slow-moving revolving doors. Is that what we call them? I'm not quite sure. And now we've got the big red thing in the middle of the Spark. No one's quite sure what that is either. What I'm here to find out is, what do Solent students think of the University of Southampton students?
I'm not quite Solent University.
I think they're better than us.
Tory.
Who are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya?
And Solent students can celebrate because this week they got one up over their city rivals in football.
Boys, hey, bronze on free kicks. I fraud!
Hi, my name's Braun Powell. I couldn't believe it, to be fair. I was buzzing, so I had to calm down for the last, for 5 minutes after it went in. I was like, I need to get my head in the game there. So to get that win, it was the last 5 minutes was so cagey. So I think everyone just wanted to get it over the line.
Solent Threes beat University of Southampton 1-0, marking it the first time a men's team from Solent beat Uni of in 3 years. It's a victory that the Solent players will be remembering for a long time.
I'm Aaron Sanger. Yeah, that win was really important. It's been a long time coming because in my 3 years here, I've played 6 games against them and not won one. So it was a massive release because they've won all their games so far as well. Just adds a little bit more to it. We've all got that confidence now after the win, so we're all backing ourselves to push us all the way.
And being a derby result makes it that much sweeter.
Hi, so I'm Callum Locke. I am the head coach of the Solent Men's Threes. In terms of the city, it's a big city rivalry. It's whenever that game happens, there's always something on the line. Everyone wants to go and beat the other team in the city. Everyone wants to go in and put their stamp on it and fortunately we were able to do that.
Uni of students might be a bit sour about the loss, as one student sent in this message.
I think it's probably testimony to the Solent Sport performance setup they got going on there, and particularly impressive considering it's not a proper university.
Solent students will celebrate, and so they should. For now.
On the first game of the 25-26 season, Raul Thompson ruptured his ACL whilst playing for the Solent men's football team. His progress so far has been way ahead of schedule. Matt Gibbs tells us more.
Knee, that's painful, that.
Unfortunately, ACL injuries are a common thing in football. Something that is uncommon, however, is seeing someone who has ruptured their ACL kicking a football just 6 weeks after picking up their injury. Raul Thompson of the Solent men's football first team has been doing just that.
Doing shuttle runs, change of direction activities and kicking the ball.
Well, you're probably thinking, if he's kicking a football, surely it can't be a full rupture.
Because it is a complete rupture.
With ACL injuries, it takes at least 9 months for them to be back playing football, and to see him on the pitch after a month is it's very surprising, to be honest.
That was Solent men's first team physio Jake Nizelek and former Fulham physio James Lewis. They're just as baffled as you are when it comes to the fact that Raul's recovery process is going so well.
Rehab's been great. I've been getting massages twice a week from the physios part of the first team. I've been doing the exercises my physio at home set me, working on flexion and extension.
We're getting him to do, light movements that involve the bending of the knee, so lunges and walking with slight weight, because we wanted to get him off the crutches as soon as possible.
Given that he was still on crutches just weeks ago, returning to action soon would seem out of the question, or would it?
Being told I could potentially be back in January was an amazing moment, a huge relief really, because I didn't want to miss the whole of this season. However, I know that if I want to be back in January, I'm going to have to work really hard to strengthen my knee area and be back best as possible. So it really motivated me, and it's put me in this tunnel vision for the next 2 months to give myself a chance of playing Bucks for the rest of the season.
Raul's start to his recovery may have debunked top-quality rehab facilities.
At Fulham, there's a full rehab gym, specifically for these kind of injuries, and seeing Raul do the things that he's done over this past month without those facilities has made it even more impressive, to be honest.
It would be great to see Raul's recovery continue on this path and to see him back playing for Solent again in January. Matt Gibbs, Solent Sports News.
The F1 circus heads to Las Vegas this weekend, and it's already underway. Practice began in the early hours this morning, and our F1 correspondent James Mann can bring us up to speed.
Thank you, Patrick. Free practice 1 and 2 took place this morning, with Leclerc fastest in FP1, whilst Norris led the field in FP2. There was a slight controversy in the second practice, as a loose manhole cover caused the session to be stopped. With just 3 races left of this season, this weekend's Las Vegas Grand Prix is huge. Lando Norris leads his teammate Oscar Piastri by 24 points. Max Verstappen is still in contention, but he is a further 25 points behind Piastri. All to play for. Back to you, Patrick.
Oh, thank you, James. It is no surprise that Sky Sports wanted to start targeting content towards a female audience. There are currently an estimated 13 million female sports fans in the UK. Sky Sports Halo could have been the perfect platform to promote content to this new and growing audience, but was shut down after just 3 days. What went wrong? Ethan Cook is here to tell us.
Chloe Kelly is staying home for the legendary Lionesses.
England, world champions!
Sports are for everyone. Women are becoming more and more prominent in sporting scenes, both on our screens and becoming fans.
Very warm welcome along to our Champions League studio, everybody. I'm Kate Abdo.
I am Alex Scott.
Sky Sports aimed to capitalise on this last week when they created Sky Sports Halo, which drew attention from many potential female fans, including Georgia, who runs the non-profit This Ends Now, which focuses on gender equality. The idea seemed good until the channel was opened and was branded as Sky Sports' Little Sis.
The bio on the account was Sky Sports Lil Sis account, clearly implying that it's a smaller subsidiary account that's less important than the main account.
It may have looked bad, but would the post change people's minds?
Manchester City male football players, Cherki and Haaland, and Cherki starts celebrating Haaland's goal before he's even scored it. But the Sky Sports Halo account posted this clip with this pink glowy font all over it, saying, "When the matcha and hot girl walk combo hit."
They may have dropped the ball in the beginning, but let's look at what content is on the account now.
We've listened, we didn't get it right. As a result, we're stopping all activity on this account.
After 3 days, all that was left was that apology. On Twitter, they responded to backlash by pushing the fact that the account was run by an all-female young team. Ali Tomlinson, a female football influencer who appeared on BBC's Last Pundit Standing programme earlier this year, saw this as just a cheap scapegoating.
I feel really sorry for this all-female team because they're getting all this backlash, but it sits with the bosses.
This was all a clear failure on Sky's part to promote themselves to a fastly growing audience. What do some of the female public think about this charade?
I think that it's really offensive and infantilizing, generally anti-feminist.
They could have literally just made an account that was based on female sports as opposed to dumbing down male sports.
For any woman listening that somehow did the impossible and made it this far without anything pink and sparkly distracting them, Solent Sports News will always be a home for you.
Two-time unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua will take on YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in Miami on December 19th. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn spoke on the Untapped podcast and did not shy away from the reason that Anthony Joshua has taken the fight.
He's going to get a load of money to knock Jake Paul spark out. That's it, mate. I want to see him get chinned. I do. If we're going to get paid a fortune for the pleasure, sign me up. I'm kind of past the days of trying to spin it to you. Better off saying to the why are you doing this? For the money.
That's all from us for today. We'll be back next week with more sporting updates. Remember, you can keep up to date 24 hours a day on our website, which is solentsportsnews.com. Goodbye.
Bye.